What's good, y'all, man? OU gets dominated. Texas balls out 34-3. Lord. What I will say, though, is, man, Texas had it going. Obviously, that was the start you wanted if you're Oklahoma, right? Go up 3-0. You force an early turnover by Quinn Ewers. They're reeling. You got to just capitalize. You got to score more than 3 points. After that, he comes back on a major drive, hits Gunnar Helms, who had a great game, 5 catches, 90-plus yards, touchdown, and did what he was supposed to do, man. And the offense is electric. Like, when you look at Texas and what they're able to do, right? Obviously, they tight end, short and intermediate routes. He's actually good after the catch, making just different type of, highlight reel plays. Lost, unfortunately, Isaiah Bond. Got to figure out what the severity of that injury is, when he'll be back, because they're going to need him. Big game coming up against Georgia. But Gunnar Helms, he looked really good in that one. Got to see what the latest is on Isaiah Bond. And how about Ryan Wingo as well? Right? Didn't have the biggest game, but had a clutch catch early on, in the game in the second quarter, getting them after they get, a key stop defensively, getting them all the way, into opponent territory on that big catch and run, man. A little slip, a little hitch. They was bringing the blitz down. Quinn Ewers throws it. As you guys know, if you're a football junkie, you're always supposed to throw the ball where the blitz is coming because it's going to be an open pocket. Absolutely read that. Ryan Wingo turns it to a big play. Now, I got to give a shout out to Anthony Hill Jr. Bro, he looks like a NFL player. I'm not going to lie to y'all. All over the field, probably one of the best linebackers we have in the country, regardless of class or regardless of what year you are. 11 tackles, 2 sacks, 3.5 tackles for loss. Just all over the field. And he had that important strip, or was involved in that important strip of Michael Hawkins, right? Because you got to think about it. At that point, the game is close. They're trying to score. It's 14-3, and they get the turnover. Texas goes back. Obviously, their running back gets a big-time touchdown. Anthony Hill all over the field. Their true freshman right here, Colin Simmons, had an outstanding game. This Texas defense, I will tell y'all, is for real. You know what I'm saying? So Georgia going to have their work cut out. Texas defense is raw. They did not allow a single touchdown, only a field goal for the whole 4 quarters. They are legit. Now, I want to get his name right, the running back. That's Quintrevian Wisner. Now, he can run the ball good, and it looks like they use him a lot. Obviously, use Jaden Blue as well. But 118 yards rushing and a touchdown, man. He was spectacular, this past afternoon for Texas, man. That's how you get it done. And that touchdown that they had right before the half, with 21-3, that's the kind of lead you need. That's what you need going to break, because think about this, Oklahoma, right? 14-point swing. Imagine you can go in down 14-10, you get the ball in the second half. We're looking at probably a completely different ball game. But for them to get that strip fumble against Hawkins and then go back and score a touchdown with, obviously, Wisner, completely changed the game. So shout out to them. And then if you Oklahoma, right, their running back Wisner fumbles. You have to get that turnover right there, right? And they did not get it, right? They got out-hustled by the Texas player. All right, and the one that recovered the fumble was Silas Bolden. Now, that was a huge swing, because you got to think about it. They finna go up 14-3, which eventually they do because he recovered the fumble. Imagine if you're Oklahoma there and you could have forced that as a touchback or potentially recovered that fumble. You saved 7 points. Every little bit counts, y'all. He basically got out-hustled. It was like 2 Oklahoma defenders got out-hustled to that spot. He recovers it. That's 14-3. It's a massive change in the game, man. So it's those little things you got to do if you're going to beat a team like Texas that you got to capitalize on. Oklahoma couldn't do that. Now, I know if you're an Oklahoma fan, you probably feel sick. Y'all going to have to figure out what are you going to do, because there's 2 things here, right? Hawkins didn't have a good game, right? When you look statistically wise, good completion percentage, didn't have an interception, but did have the fumble. Probably best defense he's faced in his career, right? True freshman. He's in a developmental stage. You have 2 losses, right? Likely, your playoff chances are probably done. But you can't allow him to get that experience and growth and allow him to continue to get better and better. And what that will allow is in next year, when you have those weapons come in, you're healthy again, because they facing a lot of injuries on the offensive line, injuries at the skill positions. You'll probably have an even better team. Now, this defense, I think, is ready. They did what they could. You know what I'm saying? They did what they could. You only held Quinn Ewers to 109 yards passing. That is a win. You know what I'm saying? Very explosive Texas offense. The key for them, though, is definitely going to be how he develops, and if they're going to be patient, or do they go ahead and go to Jackson Arnold. That's going to be the true stage, because when you're a freshman, y'all, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have ups and downs, peaks and valleys. So it's going to be important for them to either stick with this kid or they're going to have to make a QB change. Hate to say it, but that's what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? This one. And they got to get more out of the running game. Only 2.3 yards per carry. You know what I'm saying? Michael Hawkins was probably one of their better runners, on the afternoon. And he has some good ability, y'all. I'm not going to lie. He has some pretty good ability. He's athletic. He can run. But got to get better with going through his progressions and making the right reads. He struggled with that today. When the first read wasn't there, he was running. Got to do way better there. So we're going to see kind of how that turns out for him and what Oklahoma decides to do this upcoming week. Nonetheless, though, got to give Texas credit, man. They are a really good team. I think after watching this game, Texas is one of the most complete teams in college football. I'm not watching Ohio State-Oregon game right now. I'm going to try to turn it on here probably in the second half. But after watching that one, watching a little bit of Bama, who's struggling, Georgia, I think Texas is the most complete team. And I think defensively, they got some studs, man. Definitely 2 or 3 NFL draft picks on that defense. And I think they're only going to get better. Quinn Ewers had to fight off some rust in this one, right? Had the early turnover, didn't play his best game, but did enough for them to win. That's what matters at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? And he had huge plays in special teams, big-time punt return that set up big-time drives for them. So, man, if you're a Texas fan, you got to feel good. You definitely defended the number 1 billing in the country, I think, and I think they deserve it. And they dominated Oklahoma. And, you could tell this game meant more. They were trash-talking last year that Texas fears Oklahoma, Oklahoma fears God. All of that is bulletin board material, and you could tell they took it serious. And at that point, too, Oklahoma won 5 of the last 6. Texas did not want that no more. And they came in, played good, and that's what you want to see, man. And it's Red River Rivalry, man. Absolutely dominated Oklahoma, man. That's what you want to see. So if you're a Texas fan, you feeling good, Oklahoma, you probably sick to your stomach losing to your rival. But nonetheless, they get the gold hat. Great performance by Steve Sarkisian. Like I said, Georgia going to have their work cut out against them because how do you stop them running the football, all the dynamic plays they can run? It's going to be an interesting reaction to see what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, man, Texas undefeated. They look like the real deal. Yes, the game is in Dallas, Texas. Y'all came from my head top when I said it was a road game, neutral site, phenomenal performance, man. Red River Rivalry, and they came out on top. Texas looks like the real deal is one of my biggest takeaways. Oklahoma has some things to work out offensively. And shout out to Texas, man, creating pressure all game long, right? Making it tough for Hawkins, switching up the looks, dialing up blitzes. They were spectacular tonight, and this team is for real. So, yeah, man, that's my thoughts. That's my instant reaction. Shout out to Texas dominating Oklahoma in the Red River Rivalry, winning the Golden Hat. Absolutely great game, man. Enjoy watching it. They got a real team on our hands. And the SEC is going to be a lot of fun. Big games next week, Tennessee, Bama, also Georgia, Texas. Can't wait, man. Y'all should be fun. And like I said, man, Texas fans, y'all should be ecstatic. But comment below, man, y'all thoughts on the game.